In this video, we're going to share some tips on how to lead a tour outdoors. Before that, let me tell the roles and responsibilities as a tour guide. The first one is recommending interesting spots to tourists. The second is accompany, guide, and provide information. The third is explain and provide knowledge about tourist objects. The fourth is creating a good impression. And the last but not least, protect and guarantee the safety of tourists. So that's all of it. Let's start with the tips.
The first tips is the guide should face the sun. As a tour guide, things that you want to be aware of is the sun. It is possible that when you are going on a tour, the sun will shine brightly. You, as a tour guide, always put the sun in your eyes. There is a huge mistake that a tour guide are doing all the time. They are giving a nice talk and their entire group looking at them, and the sun is right behind them. They are doing things like covering their face from the sun. That thing should be avoided. As a tour guide, you better facing the sun when you are speaking to make it very comfortable for your guests. Well, that is the first tips, and the other tips would be explained by my friends. Bye!
Hi guys, this is the second tips about how to be as a tour guide. So the second tips is take off the sunglasses like this when greeting people. So you don't have to always use the sunglasses at the whole time like this. But you must take the sunglasses off like this, and while we greet them when introduction and get some eye contact with them, and I believe your guests will feel more connected with you. And if you have to stare at the sun, you can put them back on like this. Thank you.
Always be prepared for outdoor elements and some of the things that might come up. You can bring sunscreen, hats, tissue in your backpack. And always be prepared for sudden occasion. Means you need to bring extra stuff like jacket or perhaps umbrella. And yes, since we are living in the middle of pandemic, don't forget about hand sanitizer and mask. Not only for yourself, but also for the guests or tourists. It will make everyone happy. They will see how prepared you are and how you put attention to it.
So, hi everyone! For the fourth tips is communication ahead of time what guests need for your tour. First, get ready for the unpredictable weather. Because this activity uses a lot of time outside of the room. So, we have to prepare the slightly change, even the smallest things like sunscreen and umbrella. So, if a tourist asks, "Hey, should I bring an umbrella?" Because the forecast this morning will be a windy rain. The answer is, of course, bring everything that you need.
Before guiding the guest, we should have some conversation with them. Maybe they will ask about the possible items that they have to prepare, or maybe they will ask about the weather or the situation of the place to be visited. We as guides must be really prepared for all possibilities that will happen and prepare everything that will be needed by our guests. Whatever their requests or questions, we must respond responsibly. The point is, we have to be ready for anything.
Hi, so I'm gonna give you a tip to be a better guide. So my tip is, you should know and use the terrain as an advantage. And what I mean by this is that you should know the elements of the environment and make it as an advantage for you. So I'm talking here about stuff like natural shade, a good place to rest, and etc. So a good example of this is, let's say you're guiding in a big open field where you and your clients are in the heat of the sun, and you know that there's a big tree where you can take shade. Don't just let your clients just stand there in the heat of the sun. take them to the shade, and explain about the place there. So try to make your clients as comfortable as you can. And yeah, that's the tip from me. Hopefully you can apply this tip in your next guidance. And that's all. Thanks.